got here, this is a very real and relevant issue that a lot of people, whether in their golf industry or anything else, is going to come up. Your golf club in your shop, you're trying to control costs. Your Mizuno rep, you've got equipment reps and all the time. Your Mizuno rep came in, JPX 800s, say you can get board through pitch for $550. You retail them for $7.99. You happen to be looking on eBay when you see several brand new sets of JPX 800s for $2.99. Would you buy them online? Sell them in your shop? Increase profit?
Those are knockoffs.
For that, okay, so what if they're $4.99? You just increase your profit by $50. They could be knockoffs, they might not be. You guys gonna buy them?
No.
Why not?
Because there's a big benefit with going through reps, because we had this happen at the course I was working at. Anytime something went wrong, they'd usually be really good about helping us to try and keep our membership happy, which kept us happy, which kept us buying from them.
Okay, good. Awesome. Yeah, let's see. So, would you even consider it? No? I like you guys, this is great. This is what we hope to hear from everybody. Does it matter if your customers don't know if you bought them online? If you did do it? Are there issues there? I mean, are they assuming that it's from the manufacturer, and
Yeah.
are they assuming that there might be a warranty on the product if anything goes wrong? Are you obligated to fulfill that? What if the product was wrong, then what do you do? These are all just things to consider, because the opportunities to buy stuff online are outrageous. The number of knockoffs and counterfeits out there impacts our business several $100,000 a year of golf carts, not even talking about the equipment. How does it impact your reputation if you were to do that, if you were to sell knockoffs?
No,
As a golfer.
You're not selling quality equipment. You're selling mediocre equipment, not quality equipment.
So ultimately,
So I mean, then you have a dissatisfied customer, and then he's not going to want to be a member or play at your facility and tell all his friends not to play at your facility.
yeah, it's tenfold. And that's why in the presentation, doing business right will ultimately make you more. You'll be more successful, you'll sell more. So remembering that the short-term profit is not, is not worth the long-term that you could gain from doing it right. How does it impact suppliers with golf cart? If you sell a knockoff golf cart grip, are there performance issues with the knockoff? How does that make us look? How does the customer now perceive our product if it wears out quicker, if the color dulls, if the cord starts peeling out? Greatly impacts us. So it's something that we definitely want to manage. Countertop grips cost us over $50,000 in sales every month. Is how many and it's primarily multi-compounds, because we all love multi-compounds because they're #1 grip in our portfolio. Other ramifications, poor graphics, no warranty. If you have a problem with the golf ride product, you call customer service, you call your rep. I will guarantee you that we'll send you a new set, because we stand behind our product. It's great as long as you have a reason. We're absolutely happy to do that. And that also reflects really well in you as a pro. And most equipment companies are going to do the same thing. So again, just making sure that you understand that using good product and being true is really going to ultimately impact your reputation. So counterfeit products are serious business risks. First reputation, negative for your reputation. Your reputation is only as good as your last decision. So just when you're in that situation, ask the questions. Be aware of what the ultimate impact will be.
This impacts a lot of our business examples too. We had a number of years ago where we wanted to enter a new country in Southeast Asia. So we acquired the land, we built the building, brought all the equipment in, hired employees, trained them on how to run the production facility, and started production, making and shipping parts. A lot of money. At the same time, a local manufacturer started counterfeiting our products. And so we went to the government and asked for assistance to get the local manufacturer to stop counterfeiting our products. the government would only help us if we paid them a bribe. After all of that expense of getting the land, building the building, hiring good people, making products, we left the country, closed up shop, stopped doing business there. Because we weren't going to pay a bribe and we weren't going to tolerate counterfeit products in the market. So talk about a loss of money. It's very substantial and very real, but our reputation is only as good as our products. And we're not going to have to deal with that issue of counterfeiting in the marketplace.
Did that issue probably entered into future business decisions about, where you'd locate? I mean, you wouldn't want to make that error too many times.
Oh, absolutely, no.
Not that it was really an error on each
Yeah.
part, but.
Yeah, you expect the government to be able to work with you, and and it's difficult because anytime you're going into a country and you look like you got a lot of opportunities for employment and taxes and everything else that come into play, and then they turn on you like that. So it means we've got to do better due diligence, but some of the things it's difficult to identify in advance.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So in talking about counterfeit, so we talked about reputation. Well, there's other ramifications too to selling counterfeit product. We actually had an individual, this happened, proceedings went through last year. An individual was approached via email, just a college student, just like you guys. And it said, hey, I'd love to sell you golf bag grips. I'll send you cases, I think it's 10 cases at a time, 150 grips per case. You sell them, you keep half, you send half back to me. It's pretty good profit when you're trying to figure out how to make ends meet. You're in college, you're paying for books, you probably want to go out and have a little bit of a social life. So this kid did it. He said, yeah, I guess, send me the grips, started posting on eBay, multi-compounds, 10 for $50, whatever, not 15 for 50. So we had different postings under different names. Didn't want to look like it was from a single source. Golf Bag kind of started catching wind. If we see counterfeit or if it comes across, somebody turns in a bad product, we realize it's counterfeit, we'll try to track down where it came from. In this case, Golf Bag ordered a set of grips from the guy, from the college student. Guy sent them, we had them sent to somebody's house privately. It was our head of R&D, got them verified that they were counterfeit. Sent the guy an email back, hey, I got this product, I have a couple questions, can I call you? We ended up tracking the guy down, showed up on his doorstep. It was our head of R&D, two police officers, a lawyer went in, we confiscated everything, arrested the college student. After going through the proceedings, verifying, where he was getting the product, everything else, we flew him to Cleveland, Eaton headquarters. This kid walks up, he's a college student by himself, major multinational corporation, walks in the building, sits down in a boardroom, 10 lawyers and him. Is it worth it? There's major ramifications. We could have sent him to jail. We could have prosecuted him. In this case, we worked with him, he helped us find some sources. It's really hard. Again, it's a cottage industry a lot of times where they're making grips out of their home. It's constantly moving, so it is hard for us. We try to follow up with everything we can. In this case, we did work out a deal with him, so he didn't have to go to jail. But you're not always that lucky, So is it worth it for your reputation? Is it worth it to go to jail? I mean, there's a lot of issues. So again, just making the right decisions and thinking about it. So it's amazing the kind of stuff that you come up with. Yeah.
Just when you're talking about counterfeit products, do you mean the ones that actually say Golf Pro?
Oh yeah.
So not like, I think it might be Sharp Pro that makes something similar or something?
Yeah, Tacky Mac, Sharpo, they all make knockoffs of ours.
So it's not them that are damaging like your reputation?
No, it's the ones that literally we'll sit in sales meetings and we'll have our R&D teach us how to identify the difference between a counterfeit and ours. And there's some that are so good that you can only tell the difference by using a black light and looking at how the cord is treated, whether it's bleached, which ours is, versus theirs is not. That's how good they are. But they do wear out quicker, the performance of the rubber is not as good, and there's a lot of issues there. These are tour velvets. Have you ever seen us promote any tour velvets in any of these colors? Multi-compounds are our #1 counterfeit product. And we do make different colors and stuff in different countries and sell them, so that's why you will see more of this. But again, it's really out there, it's a huge problem, and it's important to be aware of as a golf pro and how that impacts you. Excellent, up to you.
Okay, so a little more philosophical now. Cheating in golf, cheating in life. This is when you get a lot of ethics people together and they're contemplating ideas and thoughts. This is one topic that they like to talk about. And when I was interviewing for this position, it was an internal posting. I've been with Eaton my whole career. It was an internal posting, yet I still had to give presentations and I had to write papers and write articles. And this was one of my topics that I had to write on. Is there a correlation to cheating in golf and cheating in life? So given that it's a popular topic, I thought I would bring it up here. The game of golf can be regarded as a refined, honorable sport that is founded on spirit of sportsmanship. Is there a correlation between an individual's cheating on the golf course and that individual's behavior at work? You were talking about rules earlier. You know, there's a lot of things that you can do that you're probably not going to get caught. So do you do it? Is it cheating?
I believe that there definitely is a correlation between the act on the golf course and behavior at work. I've seen it.
Yeah. Examples?
You know, somebody says they had a 7 and they really had, maybe say they had a 5, they really had a 7, and you know, next, and then they're taking things out of the stock room. I mean, it's just, it usually goes hand in hand.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that, students, and people that you've either dealt with or played golf with?
Yeah.
And the last company I worked for is called the Executive Women's Golf Association, EWGA. You'll probably end up working with them sometime in your career because they're known for getting a lot of women into the game of golf. And we primarily teach women how to do business networking on the golf course. And the biggest key to hearing that a lot of deals are done on the golf course, it's not that they're necessarily doing the hard negotiations, you're learning who you are as a person. If you conduct yourself well, if you are honest, that's going to translate into how you are in the boardroom or working with them in business. So, I mean, it's so important.
In fact, I'm hearing a pattern of assistant professionals being, as part of the interview process now, playing a minimum, let's say, 9 holes of golf with future employers, maybe a board president, a head professional, whoever, and they analyze the person in terms of how they react to poor shots or whatever, because they feel like they've learned more from the character displayed on the golf course than they ever could from maybe an interview where you could fake it, so to speak.
That's a very good point. Yeah, because your behavior when you're out there and something doesn't go quite as you planned and how you respond to it is a good indicator.
And even things that don't necessarily involve ethics, but maybe involve habits, like you hit a bad shot, you've always got an excuse. Well,
Yeah.
that would correlate if there's something went wrong at work, you always have an excuse.
Yeah,
You know, things like
absolutely.
that. So
Yeah, very good. Very good example. So we say, you know, we've always heard this first one, right? It's not important if you win or lose, it's how you play the game. How many people believe that? Good. But it's always better to win than play the game right. So ethics involves around how the game is played in families, friends, and society, developed an individual physical traits that person makes. So this is a good place to ask the question. We're in Colorado. How many people ski? Okay, I figured there'd be a lot. I asked that question in Brazil, and the only person that raised their hand was the American who was an expat down there. So, but they got the idea. So you're sitting at the top of the black diamond, and your skis are pointed down, and you push off and you start going. You're on that slippery slope, and you're going to keep on going. What happens if you decide, halfway down, you want to stop and climb back up? Is it easy? Ethics is very much the same way. So when you start making that one excuse to do something, a rationalization, we're great at rationalizing things. We start to make it that one time, what happens then? More and more. You got away with this, maybe you feel comfortable